Good pass to Kathleen Campbell.
Yeah, and you saw the reaction on Janique Brown as soon as she gave her the baton.
Alabama on the inside challenging, as is LSU. There goes LSU. Bye-bye.
Sha'Carri Richardson from LSU.
High fly ball, deep right field. Kirstead at the fence. It is gone. A 3-run shot for Antoine Duplantis. And LSU's got its first lead of the game.
Third attempt, 19-8 and a quarter for a collegiate record.
Got it.
Yes! He gets it.
Went high line. Inside, tap, yes. Oh, no, it's out, and that's going to do it.
Lindemann pops it up. First baseman Doyle over, and she got it! Before it touched the netting, she squared it away.
Welcome, Tigers Roar, live and in living color from Scoreboards Grill and Catering on Coursey Boulevard. We call him JP3, Jonathan Poche. I am Jordy Helperg. It's great to be with you. We're moving on with Zion.
That's right.
How about that? But you saw some clips. You saw another SEC championship by the LSU men's track and field contingent. What a day it was in Fayetteville, Arkansas, with Antoine Duplantis hitting the 3-run homer to give LSU a 3-2 win, and then later on in the day, his younger brother Mondo setting the outdoor record in the SEC and winning the pole vault.
Mondo now owns the outdoor and indoor records for the pole vault. 6 meters way up in the air. Incredible weekend for the Duplantis brothers.
That's like 19 feet 8 1/4.
That's exactly what it is.
That's high.
That is so high.
That is high. Beach volleyball finishes 3rd in the country, so away we go. We're coming down the stretch now of the sports calendar year. We've got a softball regional this weekend at Tiger Park. LSU baseball hosts their final conference regular season matchup with Auburn Thursday, Friday, Saturday at the Box.
LSU defeats UNO in a midweek game at the Box. A big midweek win. LSU's been struggling this entire season.
Yes.
But UNO's been a tough beat for them lately. They played well last night, got some outstanding defense and just enough offense to get the win.
7-5 the final score. Now LSU needs to win the series against Auburn.
Right.
They need to win a couple of games in the SEC tournament, in my opinion, to be eligible for one of those regional seeds. Hosting and becoming a national seed, you can throw that one out the window. That's not going to happen. So if LSU's fortunate enough to host a regional, if they were fortunate enough to win that, they'd have to go on the road somewhere. But you don't want to go on the road for a regional and then have to go on the road again for a super regional. So a lot at stake for this one. LSU softball coming in cold. They've had a tough time with the bat of late, but maybe a little refresher. Take a deep breath. They get swept by Alabama. They're one and done in the SEC tournament. They're losing to Florida, but now they get to host, so we'll see what Beth Torina and her group can do as well. Golf taking place as we speak. It never slows down.
And you mentioned softball being cold. Lost their last 5 games going back to the Baylor series. Not a good time to go cold for the Lady Tigers, but as you mentioned, they got to take a breath. Got out that SEC tournament early, so they got to really relax, watch the tournament. It doesn't really mean that much to get bounced out, but got to rebound quick.
The NBA Combine taking place as well. We've got Nasri, Tremont Waters heading to that, trying to impress. There's 60 picks in the draft. There's 2 rounds, so we're hoping that they will get drafted as high as possible. Maybe Nasri sneaks into the first round. I still believe all the others who did the smart thing of going and entering into the portal, getting an evaluation, seeing what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and they'll come back, in my humble opinion. I'd be shocked if the others didn't all come back, but Tremont Waters and Nasri certainly gone, and I think both of them will be drafted. I think Nasri will go certainly higher because you always draft height over a point guard. So, but I think both, and it'll be very important to see which team picks them up. Tremont Waters, boy, he seems to be a perfect fit for like a San Antonio Spurs team. Right. One of those kind of smart, cerebral player, role player, come off the bench. I think he's a better shooter than normal because at LSU he had to take some tough shots with the shot clock on his back. That wouldn't happen in the NBA in limited minutes. And I think Nasri gets drafted because of the potential that's there. He'll grow into that body. He'll become a better player. Yep. So we'll see what happens there.
NBA Combine's a little bit different from the NFL Combine. A lot of 5-on-5 games, some shoot-arounds, some drills. And look, Tremont Waters is a gamer. I mean, the guy doesn't have a lot of size, but he can definitely get
You want to guard him? You want to get out there and guard him with his handle?
Nope, not at all.
No. But look, I know this is called Tigers Roar. But did you hear the scream from the Crescent City?
Yeah.
Did you hear the scream when they, with a 6% chance to win the NBA draft lottery, the Pelicans figure out a way, they get it done. David Griffin and company pulling all the right strings, and they get the most talked about player coming into the draft since LeBron James. He looks good in that number one.
The projected number 1 overall pick, Zion Williamson. I mean, the freshman phenom from Duke. Everybody's been knowing this kid since he was a sophomore in high school, jumping out of the gym, throwing down some savage dunks. So, look, Pelicans have the number 1 pick. We'll see what they do with it. Creates a whole new obstacle.
See what they're going to do with it.
Hey, you never know.
Oh, come on.
You never know.
Come on.
You never know.
What do you think they're going to do with it? Trade it?
Nah,
Come on.
There's been a lot of talk around. I don't think they trade it. I do not think they trade it, and you have to take him number 1. But a lot of people say, look, sometimes the number 2 player in the draft turns out to be better.
Yeah.
You
want to make a bet on that?
I do not. Now, this is all speculation, conjecture.
No, this is Zion Williamson's world, and we're just living in it, and we'll find out much, much more about him down the road. So let's tell everybody again about Scoreboards, grilling catering here on Coursey Boulevard. We're open Tuesday through Sunday.
That's right.
Open up at 11 a.m. And there's things going on each and every day, each and every night. We have daily lunch specials.
Right.
We call it family. We call it fun. We call it great food. We call it entertainment as well. So close on Monday. Today is Wednesday, and you know I love my red beans and rice.
Hey. They got some good ones.
With really good sausage.
We grew up around some good red beans and rice, but Scoreboards has some outstanding food. Red beans and rice does not let anyone down. To come down, check it out. Each day, the lunch special, like Jordy said, great price. The Tuesday, chicken fettuccine. Wednesday, red beans and rice. Hamburger steak on Thursday.
Now we got
crawfish etouffee on Friday.
We've got live music.
That's right. Thursday night.
Thursday night. Studio
also,
4.
Night. Right.
Studio 4 will be performing live here. So you bring your crew out here. We'll move some tables. You can dance a little bit. We're talking rock and roll, man. Fun stuff.
Classic
Fun
rock.
stuff.
Eagle 98 band, Studio 4. I mean, they do an outstanding job. It's also going to be bike night on Thursday, so it's going to be a big crowd.
Oh,
Lots of nice motorcycles.
Bring your Harleys out, baby. Bring your Harleys. Polish them up really good. Come on out. There'll be some free food available for you. The bar will be set up. It'll be a great, great opportunity and a great time. And there's nothing like those Harleys. They're so good looking. And they'll be all lined up in here. It'll be a party.
Can't forget about the crawfish as well. It's crawfish season. Scoreboard has some outstanding spicy crawfish.
Big.
Great size to them, great taste to them. Can't go wrong with crawfish.
They're like mini lobsters. They're big and they're good. And I tell you what, they'll clear your sinuses as well.
Oh, yeah.
We've got live television shows. We've got the whole gamut for you. Of course, we do call it Scoreboard, so there is a sports theme, and I promise you, there's enough flat screen TVs around here where if you can't find it here, you can't find it anywhere. Just tell the great wait staff what you want to watch. They'll boop, boop, punch it in, and you've got it. So whether you want to watch basketball, baseball, lacrosse, UFC, boxing, whatever it is, if it's there, out there, it'll be here at Scoreboard's Grilling Catering.
A lot of great stuff on this episode of Tigers Roar. We're going to talk some NFL. Some New Orleans Saints just had their rookie minicamp this past weekend, so we'll hear from some of those draft picks from the Saints. Also hear from Coach Sean Payton and what he thought his first impression was of the new rookie class.
You know what his first impression is? He wants Zion in shoulder pads.
Funny you say that.
How about that?
Funny you say that. Sean Payton actually tweeted at Zion.
Yeah.
I had a thought.
I
had that same thought. You know, if Jared Cook might go down, heaven forbid, but we need Jared Cook this season.
Yeah.
Dust off that Jimmy Graham playbook.
Look at that.
There you go.
There he is.
Sean Payton letting it be known.
He doesn't look as big in a football uniform as he does in a basketball uniform.
Well, I'll tell you, they had to use Ben Watson's body profile because that guy's like a Megatron Autobot. I mean, he is ripped up. And yeah, Zion, big, physical. I think he could definitely play some tight end.
You're a Transformers fan, I take it then.
I've seen
Megatron Autobots. All right.
I've seen the few Transformers films.
All right, we're going to go over the scenario of options for the Pelicans because of what transpired yesterday. I know it's Tigers Roar, but we got to talk about the Pels because we're in Baton Rouge, we're in Lafayette, and we are certainly down in the Big Easy as well here on Tigers Roar. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, get things rolling. Plus, we have Mike Scarborough. We'll talk recruiting.
That's right.
We're here for an hour and a half, and we got you covered from A to Z, we think. At least we will try. So come on back. We'll be back after this.
Remember what these trips were like before you put the screens in the back seats?
I don't want to think about it.
Are we there yet? I'm hungry. Where are we?
Go, go, go. That game should keep them occupied.
Oh, yeah!
Dad.
Oh, in your face!
Don't make me get back there.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Jordy Helper for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Eagle 98.1 with Condon Uncensored in the morning. Southern Rock with Michelle Southern to head home. Your home for LSU sports. Welcome to Eagle 98.1, the rock station.
We saw Skylar Mays dunking. Skylar Mays trying to figure out whether he wants to come back to LSU, which he should, and I really believe he will. But it's a basketball theme. The NBA taking center stage. We've got the Eastern Conference Finals, the Western Conference Finals. Golden State had kind of a walk in the park in Game 1 against Portland. Portland never came out on screens, and they let Steph Curry, maybe the greatest shooter ever, have uncontested looks at the bucket. What that makes no sense.
Might want to get a hand in that guy's face.
Yeah, you might want to bump him, challenge him, get the ball out of his hand, double team him, maybe make somebody else try and make a shot. So they lead that best of 7 series 1 game to zip. They'll play again on Friday at Oracle Arena tonight. Game 1 of Milwaukee at home hosting the Toronto Raptors, the matchup of Kawhi Leonard and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
Wow. Doesn't get much better than that.
Hey, great job on the name, by the way.
Thank
Giannis,
you very much.
I mean, you knocked that out the park. I think he is one of the best players in the league, if not right up there neck and neck. One of the best all-around players in the league.
So many people away from this part of the world, national people are clamoring about it so bad for the NBA that the small market teams are getting the first and second pick. New Orleans and Memphis. Please.
And then a camera shot.
Please.
Changes to Zion, who's not smiling ear to ear at the time.
And so they think, oh, he doesn't want to go there.
Right, I know. He's pouting. He doesn't want to go there.
That's crazy. They've even come up with the premise of
how he's going back.
Go back to Duke or go to Europe for a year and then re-enter the draft. All that crazy scenario stuff. What people don't understand, there's a new order with the New Orleans Pelicans. And Gail Benson has committed to the franchise, hiring David Griffin. They're making all the right moves. So now, what does this mean? You know, Zion is a game changer. He's ticket sales through the roof already. Over 3,000 season ticket sales from last night.
One night.
Yeah. Just by him being there. He makes he changes television ratings. He is going to pack arenas home and on the road. He makes the New Orleans Pelicans relevant again. The big thing is, can he change the mind of the Pelicans' best player? And that's Anthony Davis.
I would like to get your opinion on that, Jordy. What do you think this all means for AD? I mean, yeah, you get the #1 player, the best player in the nation out of college. Is that enough to kind of sway? Look, you also have Drew Holiday, another all-pro player.
Well,
is that enough?
You have to start at the top, and you have to see a commitment there. Things are completely different along those lines. And you can see Zion Williamson and what he brings to the table. Look, R.J. Barrett was the most highly rated prospect coming out of high school, hands down. He teams up with Zion, and Zion blows him out of the water. The one game in particular, they took on North Carolina. Zion had the shoe blowout early.
Blows out the shoe.
R.J. Barrett disappeared. He couldn't do anything, and North Carolina blew them out. Everybody's going to say, well, wait a minute. He didn't get to the Final Four. What's that? Well, I remember the LSU basketball team with Shaq, Chris Jackson, and Stanley Roberts. They didn't get to the Final Four. Did that stop Shaq from becoming one of the most dominant NBA players ever? No. So Zion Williamson is going to be a great NBA player. The game is suited to him. Look at that pass.
That's what I love the best. His vision on the court. Yeah, he can jump out the gym, but that pass was next level. I mean, without a doubt, next level. But on the defensive side, too. I mean, he gets so many steals because he jumps the passing lanes. He has great vision where he's supposed to be on the court. And, I mean, to do those type of things on the court you just saw right there, you are out of this worldly talented.
You put those skill sets that you talked about, that leaping ability, that size, and you take that selfless demeanor, the we before me syndrome that he goes by. I mean, his anticipation is through the roof. You put that all together, and that's what you want. So the question, as we look at Zion, the question is now, what is that enough for Anthony Davis? Can you rebuild a burnt bridge? Heck yeah, you can. They burned LeBron James jerseys in effigy.
That's right.
He comes back 6 years later, they win a national championship. People don't care. You see the first game that Anthony Davis puts up 40 and gets you 15 rebounds, and people will say, we love you, Anthony Davis. So the message that David Griffin and company have to give to Anthony Davis is, one, look at the steps we've made. All right, we've got a new basketball leadership. All right, we're not sharing the building with football. We are a basketball entity. We're improving our facilities. We've got the best training staff in the NBA. We hired them away from the Phoenix Suns, okay? We've got the #1 pick, the best college basketball player around and the most transcendent player since LeBron James. We can team you together with Drew Holiday. That's a pretty darn good trio. And look what I did in Cleveland. Yes, we had LeBron. We had Kyrie Irving. Then we brought in Kevin Love. We made that trade. We didn't want Andrew Wiggins. Send him to Minnesota, a wasteland. We get Kevin Love. We win a title. We go to the finals year after year after year. I can do the same thing here. And, oh, by the way, we can pay you more money, hands down, than anybody else in basketball can.
Give AD a huge contract and still have cap space to sign a shooter.
But if AD says, no. Okay, fine. come on back here and take a look at us. Because let me tell you something. The Pelicans wanted that #1 pick.
Yeah.
All right, we've seen enough of Zion. Come back up on us, guys. There you go. There's only so many dunks. He's more than just a dunking machine.
Likes that windmill.
He does. He's more than just a left-hander, too.
Yep.
Trust me. Here's the deal. The Pelicans were all in with only a 6% chance. They were willing, I promise you, to whoever got that first pick, whether it was the Knicks, the Lakers, the Cavs, the Suns, whoever, to make a deal. We'll give you Anthony Davis for that #1 pick plus this, this, or this. They don't have to fool with that anymore. They got that pick. Now they hold all the cards. What do you have to offer, Boston? What do you have? Right. The New York Knicks have the 3rd pick. What do you want?
Right.
What else are you going to give us with that pick? The Lakers. All right, you've got all those players that you offered us. Now you got the 4th pick in the draft. Put that together, little of this. So they owe all the cards, plus the Boston Celtics. Now, they're picking number 14 overall. So that really, maybe a future first-round lottery pick, which they've got tons of those as well. But maybe now we've got some of those Jason Tatum and Rozier and Jaylen Brown. You put those together with what you got, now we're talking. I heard the best one yet. You ready for this one? For all you basketball fans in the Crescent City, I heard this great one. Trade Anthony Davis to the Utah Jazz for Rudy Gobert.
Oof.
And the name of the franchise.
Wow.
We can become the Jazz again.
There you go.
How about that?
That would be something to think
That's
about.
Funny. That's funny.
That'd be something to think about.
That's funny. So, in essence, the Pelicans are in, and look, they're in no hurry.
Right.
Now, you roll the dice. What if you say we're not going to trade you?
Right.
And we're going to wait till the trade deadline and see.
Right.
What if 35 games in, 40 games in, what if they're 15 games over 500?
Right.
And maybe 1st or 2nd in the West.
Right.
Now what do you do?
Looking at the All-Star break with only 10 losses, you're thinking,
what do you do?
hey, maybe it work.
This is pure supposition.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly. I don't think Zion Williamson is going to be a miss. I think he's can't-miss player. Drew Holiday, one of the best two-way players you've got.
Yeah.
What's Memphis going to do now? They've got the #2 pick, and everybody says that's going to be Ja Morant. You got Mike Conley there, the long veteran point guard, who's a really good player. There's a lot of jockeying around to be done, and we'll see what happens. So the Pelicans are in great shape. They're selling tickets.
Yeah.
They got the best player in the draft, hands down by far. And now we get to wait and see what they do. And look, you got to sell AD on the vision. You got to sell him on the change. And we got some really good things working here.
Jordy Hochberg on Tigers Roar. Put you on the spot. If you were David Griffin holding all the cards, as you mentioned, what do you envision best case scenario happening?
I got to find out if Anthony Davis is real. Like he said, are you all in? You got to prove to me, like Drew Holiday, he's all in.
Right.
He's all in. If you do that, then that's great, because I know you can get me 28, 14, 3 or 4 blocks a night, and that's winning basketball. If you're not, then I want future picks, and I want some players to surround around. What is the game all about now? You better be able to shoot it. You better be able to have shooters.
That's right.
Go find me some shooters, and let's get this thing rolling.
Got to spread it around. Got to shoot the ball well. If you got, I mean, look at the Golden State Warriors. You lose the best scorer in the game in Kevin Durant, and you walk over the Portland Trailblazers in the first game of the Western Conference Finals.
How about you beat Houston on the road, Game 6?
And this is supposed to be Houston's year.
And Steph Curry has 0 at the half.
Right. 33 in the second half. That ain't too bad.
I think Steph Curry said, did y'all forget about me? I won the MVP award twice.
Right.
We won an NBA title before Kevin Durant. Now, make no mistake, Kevin Durant, we love you. That's great. But they'll be fine without him.
I think they're kind of happy without him. I mean, I think their brand of basketball with all the shooters on that team. I mean, the Splash Brothers, obviously, some of the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
You leave Iguodala open in the corner, he'll knock him down too.
How long is he going to play?
That guy.
Jeez.
Yeah, he might be immortal.
So great times for the New Orleans Pelicans. I could not. I was at my daughter's graduating from 8th grade. They had a parent-child dinner at the school. And I got my phone and I'm looking and it happens and I went, and I look around and guys are looking at me like, I'm like,
Right.
Who'd have thunk it?
Right.
Who'd have thunk it? So they got it back in 2012 when they had about the same chances, and they got Anthony Davis. That leadership group did not make it happen. They made some bad decisions, bad deals. I got to believe David Griffin knows what he's doing, and I think he's going to turn this thing around. I'm excited, and basketball fans are excited. And look, I know it's a football state and all that, but there is a group of basketball fans. If you play, if you're good, they'll pack that place on a nightly basis.
I think there's a wait list of 100,000 people to get Saints tickets. If you prove that you can win, New Orleans will back a winner, no doubt about it. We have some video for you guys from last night's NBA draft. We'll get the first 4 picks as they were announced, and then we see some reaction from the Pelicans front office and head coach Alvin Gentry. Here's some video from last night's NBA lottery.
The 4th pick in the 2019 NBA draft goes to the Los Angeles Lakers. The 3rd pick goes to the New York Knicks. The 2nd pick will be made by the Memphis Grizzlies, and that means that the #1 pick in the 2019 NBA draft goes to the New Orleans Pelicans.
Grizzlies.
It's exciting to us. Obviously, we think.
Damn! I told him, I said, it's freaking times 3 lotteries. All right, man.
That euphoria was the sales staff who went to man the phone. They saw commission money coming in.
Without a doubt.
Commission money.
Yeah. Everybody, that's great. Go get to the phone now.
Right now. And we'll be here all night long, and they're taking ticket orders left and right. So that's jersey sales will be going through the roof. I don't know what his number is going to be. Is it going to be #1?
I would assume.
Why not?
Right.
Why not? Zion Williamson, not only the biggest story within the state of Louisiana and the city of New Orleans, but the biggest story nationally, and that's free publicity, and that only bodes well for that. So there we go. All right, let's take a timeout. What's next? Whatever you want.
We get some LSU softball real quick. Maybe touch on some baseball. We got to get to Mike Scarborough in a little bit. So
what do you want to do?
We're going to jump around.
All right, we'll figure it out. Come on back. We're going to surprise you here on Tigers Roar, live from Scoreboards Grill and Catering. Tonight it's red beans and rice. Every night we've got specials each and every day. We've got live music. We've got bike night. We've got everything you want. Plus we got crawfish, big crawfish, spiced up just to perfection. For Jonathan Poche, I'm Jordy Heltberg. We'll be right back.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, HardiePlank siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows is honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
Hi folks, Clarence Buggs here. Coach Roger Cador would take the time to tell you how to catch our brand new show, The Roger Cador Show, but as you can see, he's kind of busy right now out at Scoreboards, Baton Rouge's newest sports grill with food that is absolutely amazing. Catch the show 8 o'clock Tuesday nights, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, and on Pelican Television's YouTube channel as well. You want to come out and have a great time. It's awesome, isn't it, Coach? Mm-hmm. Told you.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
Welcome back. This is Tigers Roar, live from Scoreboards Grill and Catering. Jonathan Poche. I am Jordy Hultberg. It's a Wednesday, and we've got all kind of good stuff, including LSU baseball, fresh off of a 7-5 win over the UNO Privateers. That's their second win in a row after, suffering a couple of bad losses to Louisiana Tech. They lost the first two games at Arkansas. It took an Antoine Duplantis 3-run homer late to salvage that series a little bit. Now they're on a 2-game winning streak, and it's a very important weekend starting on Thursday.
Todd Peterson, showed a huge set of you-know-what. Stepping in third game in the Arkansas game, shut it down to preserve the win for the Tigers. It was a big win. Look, I think some people expected LSU to get swept in Fayetteville. Rallied around, Duplantis hit the bomb. Look, Mondo dominated the night, but during the day, it was all about Antoine.
So look, LSU is 32-21 overall. They're 15-12 in the SEC. If you look at the rankings, they're number 19 in D1 baseball and number 20 in the USA Today, number 22 in collegiate baseball, number 22 in Baseball America. And so you got to win these games. You've got to win this series against Auburn. You take it one game at a time, obviously, but you got to win these games. You got to make some damage in the SEC tournament to have a shot at hosting a regional, and that's what this program is so used to, and they're right there flirting on the danger zone.
A notable stat from last night's victory for the Tigers, Matthew Beck gets his 3rd win of the season. He's now 3-0, getting the win-loss record. And Zach Hess, 1st save of the year.
Gave up 2 runs, but got the save.
Did. So. Came in the 8th inning with 2 outs.
Good for
was
him.
Able to rally and get the job done. Picks up his 1st save of the year. Back in that closer role where I think a lot of LSU fans really hope to see him for a long time now.
We said that from day one, but hey, sometimes you have to go with what you think is best, but I think it's best now that he's there. Now, with a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, last time the pitching rotation was Mikael Hilliard on a Friday. It was Eric Walker on a Saturday and Landon Marceau on a Friday and a Saturday. Well, Mikael Hilliard apparently has gotten a little ill. I don't want to be a pitcher on the LSU baseball team. You're going to get sick or you're going to get an arm hurt. I don't understand it. So it's going to be Eric Walker Thursday for LSU, Landon Marceau on Friday, and the proverbial dreaded to be announced Saturday starter.
That Johnny Holstaff.
Even went so far to say maybe even pitched Todd Peterson as a starting pitcher. Now, when he got his career started at LSU, that's what he was. Then he went to the bullpen, and he had some great moments. So they still have yet to really figure this thing out. But I'm going to read a quote from Paul Mainieri. It says, quote, "I think we've got a shot at hosting a regional if we have success over the next 2 weeks. We're going to go just take them one game at a time against Auburn. They're a great ball club, and they've got their top 2 pitchers back now after they were injured earlier this season. They've got a very good closer and a really solid lineup." So, again, I don't know how good they are because their record in the league is not very good. In fact, they're below 500.
13-14
13-14 in SEC play. So we'll say, look, you're at home. There's no excuse. There's no exams to study for. You're just playing baseball. You got to get out the gate and you got to move on. And you got to get some leads and let your pitchers go deep into the game, if at all humanly possible, with your fingers crossed.
Auburn also 9-10 on the road, so sub 500 on the road, a good sign for the Tigers. And Auburn just came off a tough series against Georgia. They lost 2 or 3 of those games. So yeah, they're trying to claw their way, trying to make some noise before the SEC tournament as well. They do have a good lineup, but they've had their struggles this season.
We talked about the rankings in the RPI. LSU currently number 21. They've got 17 wins over top 50 RPI teams, which is the 5th highest total in the nation. But I've always believed you got to be on an uptick as the regular season comes to a close and you get into tournament time. You don't want to be going south, but you know, LSU's got some work to be done, and there's a lot of pressure. People getting on Paul Mainieri and all that. Look, Paul Mainieri's not going anywhere.
No.
I mean, come on.
No, not at all.
And
neither is Alan Dunn.
Forget about it. That's not going to happen. So they got to they won 2 in a row. Let's see what they can do. A very pivotal first game on Thursday. On the flip side, another baseball, albeit softball, at Tiger Park. They're coming into postseason play on a slide offensively.
Lost their last 5 games, had struggled at the plate. Look, they've been okay in the field. They've made the defensive plays they had to make, but just so much trouble scratching across runs. It's tough in softball because
Alabama's really good.
Exactly.
They're really, that's a national championship caliber team, and they got swept at home at Tiger Park by Alabama. They just couldn't punch any runs across the board. Then they lose in the SEC tournament, 1 game to Florida. So now, as we look at the softball team, they'll be hosting one of the many regionals at Tiger Park starting this Friday. And Beth Torina's club, you see it, they'll take on Monmouth. It'll be Texas Tech versus Louisiana Tech in the first game, and LSU and Monmouth in the nightcap.
Texas Tech and Louisiana Tech square off at 2 o'clock. And then LSU Monmouth at 4:30. Texas Tech coming off a Conference USA win. They've had an outstanding season for Louisiana Tech. I mean, the Lady Bulldogs, they've really played well. You know, they're going to be fired up to go to Tiger Park, Baton Rouge, try to make it a rivalry. And they'll be bringing their best game. Don't know a lot about Monmouth. No, they had a good record for this season. So we'll see if LSU can handle business and try to get some momentum building
and LSU,
in this regional.
If they are fortunate enough to win the regional, they'll be traveling to a super regional after that. Got to give a shout out to our friends in Lafayette, the Ragin' Cajuns, undefeated in Sun Belt play, undefeated in the Sun Belt Conference tournament. They're 50-4
50 games.
50-4, and because of their schedule, the strength of the schedule, it's not their fault. They don't get to host a regional, which is really a travesty.
Blasphemy. I mean, really, 50 games. They won 50 games
50 and
at the
only
travel for their regional.
4 losses. So they're traveling to Oxford, Mississippi. They're in the Ole Miss Regional. But congratulations to the Ragin' Cajuns for the job they've done. So, big important weekend for LSU baseball, obviously, and even more important for LSU softball, because the goal, men, Omaha, women, Oklahoma City, homes of the College World Series and the Women's Softball College World Series. So at least there's the opportunity there. It's out there for the taking. Now we'll see if they can step up and deliver when it counts.
Well, we certainly have a lot more here on Tigers Roar. Going to get to Mike Scarborough, hear about some recruiting.
Yeah.
TigerBait.com. Mike Scarborough always does a great job here on Tigers Roar. We certainly appreciate him spending some time with us. We'll hear from him right after this break. I'm Jonathan Poche. That's Jordy Holtberg. We're here at Scoreboards. Lots going on each and every day. Well, we mentioned it before, but tomorrow night, Thursday night, Bike Night and live music.
Yes,
Studio
indeed.
4, the Eagle 98 band.
I'm coming.
They do a great job. It's a lot of fun. Bike Night and live music on a Thursday night, and the fun doesn't stop. It continues all weekend, highlighted by that great seafood.
Come on back. We'll be with you. Stay with us.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Text Hubby. Can't wait for tonight. Where are we meeting?
Tonight? Date night? Oh. Find sushi restaurant.
Let's try wasabi sushi.
Route to sushi.
The destination is on your left.
Play our song.
Pioneer in-dash systems with Apple CarPlay. Get yours installed today at your local Mesa retailer.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent.
Depend on us for service, for selection, for price.
Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing.
You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Fruget Jr., and I am a general dentist at Fruget Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
We're back. Had a shrimp in my mouth.
Trying out some of that good food here at Scoreboard.
So good. And we're thrilled. Jonathan Poche, Jordy Helper, live from Scoreboard's Grill and Catering. We welcome in from TigerBait.com, the boss, Mike Scarborough. Mike, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Any thoughts on the Pelicans and Zion Williamson?
Boy, I mean, it's like whether you're an NBA guy or not, it's like, man, you watch that when the name gets drawn, it's like, how can you not get excited about what's going on? It's like, I'm thinking today, like, is that sort of karma for what happened in the championship game?
Is that, could you put an equivalent with LSU recruiting? Maybe when Leonard Fournette committed and signed with LSU, is it, I mean, similar magnitude?
You know, because LSU's had such great success with some high-profile kids all these years, I still think the biggest is Kevin Falk of all time.
Okay. All right. I can go with that.
I mean, you remember LSU was really in a dire straits, losing kids, and when Kevin Falk committed to LSU, that started it all. You know, a lot of people forget. You look at that first year of Saban after DiNardo. Boy, he had a lot of talent to work with.
Sure did.
Yeah, LSU was bad, and that's why DiNardo lost his job. But there was a lot of NFL talent on that first year.
I don't look a lot of high school tape, but I did see his high school tape. That was amazing what Kevin Falk could do from Karen Crow.
I haven't seen it in a while, but there's some 8th grade tape of him that's crazy.
Wow. All right. Speaking of LSU football recruiting, they're going all over the world. It seems like, to get players in, and they've had some players in last weekend from out of state. Who were they, and what have you heard about them?
Well, look, it's you look at some of these guys that they brought in, and certainly you had the offensive lineman from Olive Branch, and I think, you know, I want to see if these guys are going to come back. You know, you had the 2 kids from up north, and now my computer just died, so I'm pulling the names up. But
don't leave us hanging, Mike. Come on now.
Yeah, I talked to my guy on Sunday, and I think the main thing is to see if these kids are going to come back for camp. You know, the big one is Paris Johnson next weekend, the offensive lineman, is committed to Ohio State, the 5-star. I mean, he's absolutely pivotal for them.
Okay. All right. Give us the timeline. What is happening in college recruiting now? When do camps start? When does that all transpire?
Well, you've got a June 1st, you have an offensive line, defensive line, kicker camp. You got a skills camp the next day on June 2nd. June 15th, you got a 7-on-7 and another lineman camp. And then your June 20th to the 22nd is your high school session. So I think that is, you know, where that 20 through the 22nd is going to be your biggest deal. But I think each of those instances where Coach Craig is going to have, you know, his offensive lineman is going to be pivotal. And if the 3-star guard, Xavier Hill, who was the official visitor from Olive Branch, if he can come back, he's a 3-star guard. We'll see what happens there. Then you've got the linebacker, Jaheim Thomas from Cincinnati. I'm told he had a very good visit. Another 3-star. And the guy that, you know, everybody was most excited about was Darion Henry, the defensive end, you know, also from Princeton High School in Cincinnati. So I know they all had good visits, but I wouldn't put any of those 3 in the probable category for LSU. You know, it's kind of like pick your poison this time of year, because you're ideally you'd like to have kids come in during the football season for their official visit.
Right.
So they can experience Tiger State if they're from, you know, far out of state and they've never experienced it.
Right.
Or you go ahead and bring them in now and hope that they'll come back or have the means to come for an unofficial visit. But, you know, in past years they've wanted to get kids in December and January.
Well, that classic example you talk about, even though he was an in-state kid, but that Georgia game swayed John Emery to come to LSU. So that's pivotal as well. So, everybody talks about Mike Scarborough at TigerBait.com. Everybody talks about the loss of Devin White and Greedy Williams, and rightly so. But the loss of Cole Tracy is to me, even more significant because he was absolutely brilliant. I think he made 28 or 29 out of 32 or 33 field goals on the season. And during the coach's caravan in Houma, Greg McMahon, the special teams coordinator, was there, and he said, Cade York, no question, he's our guy, and he loves him. So that makes me feel better.
Yeah, the job that McMahon has done on LSU special teams is phenomenal. I mean, there was only one gripe that anybody could have last year, and it was the amount of yards you had on punt returns.
Right. Yep.
And, if Derek Stingley Jr. ends up being the guy, and there's also some other athletes that could be a possibility, I think that gets fixed this year. So, what he's done with getting York, Avery Atkins, certainly Tracy going up and finding him, that's absolutely amazing. I'd asked somebody last week, I said, so I guess, is it over with LSU going to Australia, looking for these converted rugby guys to be punters, and I do think that's over.
All right, Mike, so what's coming up next in the recruiting trail? Who's coming in to visit this weekend? Anybody?
Nothing this weekend, but, Paris Johnson's going to be the biggie next weekend.
Okay.
And so...
A big announcement coming up.
That's going to be a tough pull. I mean, I've talked to, my guys up in Ohio that have covered Ohio State recruiting for years, and we'll see if they're able to pull that one off. But that's it. But I will say this: I think it's kind of what is going on that they're going to Ohio so strong? Do they see Chum in the water post Urban Meyer, where they think that they can go in and peel off some kids? Because there's no doubt if you go to Ohio, Cincinnati, and pull in Paris Johnson Jr., the 5-star, a big offensive tackle, which is now going forward is the biggest need in this class. That would be amazing. I know Coach Craig was supposed to be at Mobile St. Paul today looking at Brady Ward. His dad, Brian, played for LSU in the early 90s. He's
I remember.
From Oklahoma and Alabama.
I remember.
So I'm anxious to see how that'll pan out. But, if they're going to sign a class of about 5 offensive linemen, a minimum of 3 need to be offensive tackles. I think Cameron Jackson will be an offensive tackle in a few years. But you don't want to see 3 out of the 5 or 4 out of the 5 being guys that are guards or guys that you're hoping that they can be tackles at the next level.
Will Wade and LSU basketball hope they hear some good news very, very soon as one of their top, maybe their top target, announced he'll be making his decision like the 23rd of this month, I believe, and it's down to LSU and Memphis, Indiana, and I don't know, somebody else, but what do you, and Alabama, what are you hearing there?
I think it's all LSU, Monday at 2:30.
This coming Monday?
Yeah, Monday at 2:30.
Okay. So I was off on the date. That's okay. Watford is his name, and that's their top priority. That would be some good news because it's been very, very quiet on the basketball front.
Yeah, 5-star, and I guess, I don't know if you want to say that stops the bleeding or, gets back LSU back in the positive news category. And then we'll see from there if there's 1 or 2 others that he can fill in with. Of course, Kadeem Sy, who we've been following, chose Ole Miss. Keonis chose Memphis. And, there's rumors of maybe is there a transfer out there. You got another kid that's reclassifying to 2019 from 2020.
Right.
Will he come in and visit? And it's, but like you said, Jordy, it's been quiet as far as concrete news as to whether these kids are coming in or not. But I do think Wofford will be LSU. So you get Wofford, you get 4 of the 6 who put their name in for the NBA to come back. And I don't see why LSU's not, again, a top 20 team next year.
Got to get some size in there. All right, I know you have a special going on. It's an unheard of special for all those who have yet to subscribe to TigerBait.com. Why don't you tell us all about it?
That's it, TigerBait.com, $1 gets you the site for 30 days. Check us out on Facebook, TigerBait.com. We've got a lot of free content there. Follow me on Twitter at Scarborough Mike. And if you're an LSU fan, subscribe to TigerBait. We got a lot to provide for you.
Between yourself, Brian Lazar, y'all keep busy, and everybody else involved, we greatly appreciate your time as always. Now go have some fun.
All right, Jordy, talk soon. Thanks.
All right, buddy, you take care. Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. So, very quiet on the basketball front. It seems like football is still riding some momentum. I'm still very, very leery with all these Cincinnati. Yeah. You know, it's just, I'll believe it when I see the signatures on the dotted line.
Right. I mean, the class has to stick. Number one in the country right now, but look, it's a long ways out for National Signing Day. Who's going to still remain in that draft class, signing class remains to be seen. But right now, sitting pretty, Coach O going across, or not Coach O, but the coaching staff at LSU going across the nation. Bill Busch doing an outstanding job for the Tigers, and we'll see what happens.
And look, there's a direct correlation with them going as far to the outreaches as they are with the success their players have had in the NFL. I mean, there's no question about that. So LSU is a national brand. But to stay that way, you got to keep winning. Yeah. You got to get into that Final Four, and so that's the next progression. So we'll see what happens there. All right, we'll take a timeout. We're at Scoreboard's Grilling Catering. We'll be back with much more. This is Tigers Roar, JP3. I'm JPH. Who'd have thunk it? We'll be right back.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Eagle 98.1 with Condon Uncensored in the morning. Southern Rock with Michelle Southern to head home. Your home for LSU sports. Welcome to Eagle 98.1, the rock station.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For Total Pest Control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing?
Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
Welcome back, Tigers Roar. Jonathan Poche. I'm Jordy Helper. You know it's getting to be that time. I got the email for SEC Media Day credentials.
Yep.
Unbelievable. And all eyes are focused on week 2 of the college football season for all LSU fans, as the Tigers will be taking on the Texas Longhorns in Austin. And we found out today what you're about to see, because the Tigers and the Longhorns will be playing on national television, ABC. That's right. Prime time, 6:30.
That's right. Big deal. I mean, it's the 14th year for this Saturday night ABC football. It's always a marquee matchup for whoever's playing. LSU expected to be in the top 10, coming off a 10-win season.
So is Texas.
So is Texas.
Yeah.
Also coming off a 10-win season. Both had New Year's Day bowl wins. LSU defeated UCF, and in the Sugar Bowl, a big win for Texas over Georgia.
Georgia, big time. And all that does is tell me one thing. The college football people think both of those teams are good.
Gonna be pretty good.
And you don't put bad teams on prime time on ABC. You just don't do that. So that's a great sign for LSU. Of course, they'll play a game before that against Georgia Southern.
That's right.
And then it's off to Texas. And look, Tiger fans, you're going to have to hit that secondary market, because Texas isn't giving you many tickets.
That's right.
The payback's a son of a gun next year. Upper, and very few tickets for you Longhorn fans.
It'll be the first time the LSU Tigers take on the Longhorns since 2002 in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, and in that game, Roy Williams ran all over LSU.
Good. That wasn't good. I remember that. Colder than cold. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
That's right.
No, thank you. All right. Sticking with the football theme, down in New Orleans, the first rookie mini camp took place. The Saints with 5 draft picks overall, led by Eric McCoy, the center from Texas A&M, their first pick in the draft in the second round. And we've got some sound from the first pick, who is expected to be a contender for a starting role. We'll see, but he's a plug and play kind of guy. He's a versatile performer that can play center, can play either guard position, and that's what Sean Payton likes, that versatility.
You said it. Versatility is a key word, and Eric McCoy certainly has that. Not the tallest center in the league, but definitely one of the fastest. Ran a sub-5 flat in the combine. Also had a great rep on a bar. So we'll see.
The 2 biggest abilities for the New Orleans Saints are availability and versatility.
That's right.
Got to have them both. So here's Eric McCoy, kind of recapping his thoughts as he gets indoctrinated into the New Orleans Saints way of playing football.
It was at my draft celebration, so it was the Saturday right after the day after I got drafted, and really we did a prayer over the food. I brought everybody in. I just started thanked everybody for being there, and I just started thanking her, everything that she's done, just helping me be where I am today. And then just pop the question.
Did you have if I get taken in the first round, you'll need to be here Friday? And then
Yes. No, I know. I had that. I definitely had that planned for. If it would have happened the first round, then I would have done it that day. But luckily, or happily, I am where I am.
kind of a player do you think you are in terms of like alignment? Because we look at highlight tapes, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And even if there's somebody that you're not blocking, you're looking to try to go hit somebody else. So would you say you're physical?
Yeah, I would say so. Of course, that's something that you can always improve on, especially as a center. Always looking for help, always looking for someone to go hit. But I would say I'm a physical lineman.
You know, the stats of so many snaps without giving up a sack's one thing. What's more impressive, that or the fact that A&M rushed for 2,000 yards as well?
I would definitely say the fact that A&M rushed for 2,000 yards, because that was a whole team effort. That wasn't just a single person doing their job effort. That was something that had to be all 5 linemen, receivers across the board, running back, for that to be possible.
And yet you were named team MVP. What does that say to you, that an offensive lineman can be named offensive MVP of a team?
I mean, I would say it's a big deal technically, but I was the leader of the offensive line, leader of the offense really in general. So me and my running back were. So it was kind of something that was a big deal, but wasn't to me. It's something that I was used to, and I just looked at it as my job.
Eric, obviously early in the process here, only a couple of days in, but how comfortable do you feel so far? I know they throw a lot of information at you guys early.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty comfortable. There's still a lot that I have to learn, terminology-wise, technique-wise, because the technique is different than what I'm used to. But I would definitely say that I'm learning and I'm growing each and every practice.
Hey, what's the hardest part been like that when you got engaged the day after the draft? What was that kind of like for you?
Honestly, I couldn't be happier. You know, that's my bride to be. That's all I can say. She's a great woman, and I look forward to having her in New Orleans with me.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about New Orleans so far?
Oh, I love it. I made a trip down here last week with her, just to kind of get a feel of the city. Love the food. Yeah.
Anything stand out for you? What was like the one food that you had that stuck out to you?
Let's see. I've got to say I had some really good crawfish etouffee. Okay. Yeah.
How long did you, I guess, ponder the process of proposing during the draft? Was that something you said, you know what, a long time ago, you know, when I get to this point, this is what I'm going to do?
Yes. I probably knew for 4 to 6 months that I was going to do it after I got drafted. I just wanted to know where I was going to be because I wanted her to come with me.
What's been the biggest adjustment, I guess, so far? What have you learned about yourself?
About myself, I would say that I have a lot to work on technique-wise. Just screwing my hands in tighter, taking a better first step, stuff like that.
Very high on him. If you look at the tape, he never allowed a sack in his entire last year of college football, playing against the Alabamas, the LSUs, the Auburns. So a very good player and a good pickup. I trust Loomis and Jeff Ireland and that scouting staff. They do a tremendous job.
They made a trade to move up to get this guy, so obviously they thought a lot about him. I mentioned the combine numbers, ran an outstanding 40-yard dash. Saints love the screen game and getting out there in front of the screen. Everything seems to be checking all the boxes.
They don't need much. They've got a lot of, I mean, you can always use players. Don't get me wrong, but emphasis on offensive line, and with their second pick, emphasis in the defensive secondary.
That's right. Safety, a position of need for the Saints. Marcus Williams had a little bit of a sophomore slump. Yeah. Kurt Coleman was terrible last year over from the Panthers. So Saints had to get away from that 3 safety look. Look, Von Bell played higher than expectations last season. Don't know if he can repeat that performance, but now there's some backup plans.
Yeah. So they went to the Florida Gators and got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, a hard hitter. You ask Ed O, the coach of LSU, and said, man, we had trouble with him. He's a big-time player.
He was involved with an interception at the mini camp. He tipped the ball up to Saquon Hampton's hands. I mean, they're a team. They're roommates. Actually, get along great so far. Been talking highly about each other. So another locker room gel guy.
Well, here's CGJ from the University of Florida, now playing safety for the New Orleans Saints, and his thoughts on his first rookie minicamp.
All right, Johnson, we already day 2 for you, day 1 for us, but we saw some of the ball skills out there. Aaron Glenn says that's one of the things they like the most about you. How do you feel like you're adjusting and fitting in?
Easy. I can play any position. He just put me in the right position. It's helped me when defense comprehends and compliments me, because it's like I played the same type of defense in college. So I'm just, still learning it, but I'm taking the process real slow and just trying to be humble as possible, open up to anything.
He said specifically they looked to stress you today, move you around in the different positions, in the different, base, sub, that kind of thing. Did you feel any stress with that? Did you feel pretty comfortable?
Nah, it was easy. Broke it down, studied it a little bit more, and then I got to go out there and make plays like I saw today. So I was out there ready to compete, that's all.
Having seen this defense, and I think you said you studied it some, where do you feel like you fit?
Probably that nickel spot. I don't say it's a weak spot, but it's something that the league is getting closer to nickel players, and it's a very diverse position because you play safety and then you can play inside balls, you play cover outside. So I just say the nickel is probably the best fit for me with this team, but we'll see as the time goes on and on.
What were some of the things you did to help you develop those skills? Because he says he feels like you have a corners mentality, and yet you'll play safety too.
Just working at it. Just keep grinding and putting away and putting in my back pockets to know I got that skill everywhere. So when I go out there, I just go out there and compete and have fun, to do what I got to do.
I know you part of one interception defending a tight end. I mean, how comfortable do you feel defending kind of those bigger tight end type of players?
No problem. I mean, I know I outrun them, so I got to tempo it down and just study their releases, how they run the ball, how they're releasing off the ball, and what type of body they are, and so how they use their body. So that's what it was today. That's all.
How much did you do that in college? Did you defend a tight end a decent bit, or is this? Yeah.
All 3 years.
Yeah.
So it varied. It didn't matter.
Two players at the Saints staff hopes live up to what their expectations are, and that's to come in on a very veteran team with Super Bowl aspirations, 10-year anniversary coming up, that they can come in and contribute, not on a play-by-play basis, but particularly some special teams for Gardner Johnson.
A great point, Gardner Johnson. You saw in the highlights he plays great at or around the line of scrimmage, but can also drop back into coverage, good against the tight end because he's got some size and he's got some speed.
No question. So you can't ever have enough of defensive backs, and so the Saints stocking up there, and that's always a good thing.
They picked another player in their top 70 on the board, and Saquon Hampton out of Rutgers. Look, this guy was a Rutgers MVP in his last year at Rutgers, so they thought a lot about him. He got along well with his teammates, and he also made plays, most importantly.
Well, let's hear what he had to say upon completion of his first rookie minicamp.
Saquon, early in the process, but we've already seen some of the ball skills that this team wanted to see out of you. How do you feel like you're adjusting so far?
I think as the practices go on, I'm starting to become more and more comfortable in terms of the scheme. That's just happening from more just studying more and more and getting more reps. I think that's coming along well.
You would know this better than we would, but how much does ball skills help a defensive back? Because turnovers obviously being so critical to the game.
Oh yes, sir. When you make plays on the ball, it's something you want to do as a defensive back. The ball is probably the most important thing. You want to take the ball away. So when you make plays on the ball, it's definitely a positive.
Knowing what you know about the secondary, do you feel kind of like you're in a prime position to be able to make an impact on this team? This team likes to play a lot of 3 safeties, and it probably needs a little safety depth.
Yes, sir. Definitely. I feel as if my skill set allows me to make plays, and I think that we have a good core here, and I can't wait to learn and just keep building.
You combine with your fellow rookie over there on an interception. Do you feel like you guys are developing some chemistry out there?
Oh, yes, sir. Definitely. Communication. We've been communicating a lot, roommates right now, and we're just always talking the game and talking and learning from each other and just getting better. Definitely, that's something that we've been doing since we got here.
What's the challenge of having a secondary coach like a guy like Aaron Glenn who can ride you pretty hard?
Definitely. Coach Glenn, he's a coach that's very attentive to details, but he's also a coach that's going to let you go out there and play, and he's going to coach you up after if you made a mistake. So he's definitely a coach that you got to be in terms of the playbook. You got to be very attentive to details.
Oh, it's going to be great, but I gotta earn his trust first. We're talking about, in my eyes, the greatest quarterback, to play this game. And I mean, at his age and just what he's doing is phenomenal. I mean, I watched him on film, and we watched a little today, and I'm in there laughing because I'm like, this dude is a beast, So I can't wait to get with him and to learn from him, And I know he's gonna get me better, and it's hopefully I can put the work in, continue to work, and I can be that playmaker for him down the road.
So you've watched film of him?
Yes.
in this office?
Yes.
Is
yes.
that everybody's watching that, or?
No, so in our meeting rooms right now, we pull up clips from all the installs, and you see a lot of stuff that Drew has ran, whether it's in the game or it's throughout camp. So just seeing how fast he gets the ball out and seeing what he's seeing and where he places the ball is big time. Especially, vertical seams down the middle for tight ends. It's, that's what you want. That's a mismatch. So you have to come down with those. If he's going to throw those in tight windows, you got to be able to come down with it. So that's just what you think about. When you think about Drew Brees, everything is open. It seems like, when he's throwing it. So, yeah.
Do you remember watching him growing up?
I do. I watch a lot of him. I watch a lot of Brady. And it's crazy that watching them growing up and all these years, and then now I'm on the team. It's like, when I see him in the locker room, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna be a little shocked and starstruck a little bit. But at the end of the day, that's my teammate. That's our leader, and I'm gonna follow him.
How long do you think it will take for you to earn his trust?
Just day by day. Who knows how long it'll be? Just hopefully not too long, and hopefully it's fast. And that's the point. That's why you come here, and that's why Saints organization picked me up, is to come in and to be able to contribute, whether it's on offense or it's on special teams. But from my own goal, I want to be on the field. And so it's going to start OTAs. It's going to start, in camp and so on. Just being consistent.
Has he reached out to you at all?
No, he has not. I'll talk to Ben Washington.
Okay. What Ben tell you?
Supposed to. I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to kind of leave that secret, but kind of basically just come in and work, pretty much. Just work and be ready to go. He kind of gave me some tips in terms of the tight end position and just what I need to do my rookie year. So that's big, bro.
He reached out to you after you got drafted?
Yes.
There because it was.
Yes, afterwards. Right.
Client of mine from my radio show. Welcome back. This is Tigers Roar. Jonathan Poche. I'm Jordy Helpberg as we continue our thoughts on the New Orleans Saints rookie mini camps in the books, and got some key players that they're counting on, particularly depth, and particularly for special teams and practice squad members.
I think they were going for quality over quantity. Two guys that can make an instant impact in McCoy and Gardner Johnson. But the other guys are kind of like projects, guys you can develop and might be able to contribute later down the line. You saw Saquon Hampton from Rutgers and Alizé Mack. And Alizé Mack is really intriguing, 6'5",
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
He said, I didn't really do everything I could.
Right.
But he still gets drafted.
Some people might say he underperformed at Notre Dame.
Yes,
Only had
he did.
3 touchdowns with a guy with all that size and all that speed. Ran a 4.7 in the 40, so he could really move it. He's looking forward to play with Drew Brees, so he's saying all the right things.
Now's the opportunity. It's not how you start, right? It's how you finish, and now we'll see how you can do. And here's the former Fighting Irish player.
No, we already had him. He was
we just had him. I'm sorry.
That's
of course. I get him confused.
Oh, well, now we have Caden Ellis, a guy on more
That's the one.
versatility. He played linebacker for Idaho, but he also played tight end, caught 2 touchdowns as a tight end. We know about Taysom Hill. Coach Payton loves the versatility, loves to use him all over the field as a Swiss Army knife, so maybe they have the defensive version of Taysom Hill in Caden Ellis. Here's a linebacker from Idaho, Caden Ellis.
All right, what do you think so far? Early impressions, what do you think?
Man, it's awesome. This is super cool. It's kind of what you've been dreaming of your whole life, what I have been, and just to be out here and get to be with all these great athletes and with these amazing coaches and learn from them and kind of develop next to them, it's really special.
First impressions, anything you can tell right off the bat?
Man, just get ready to go. It's go time, and there ain't no pads on, but they basically are on, so it's fun.
How much help is your dad in a situation like this? He's seen it all, right?
Yeah, he's so amazing because he played for 10 years, and that was back in the day, but then he was with the Broncos for 2 years on staff, so him being there, having his own camps, kind of getting to have him teach me and kind of walk me through it has been amazing. It's been a blessing.
Were you running around NFL locker rooms when you were a little kid?
Yeah, I remember him taking me to Detroit. I remember Denver's. I don't know how much I remember because I was pretty young, but I remember being there. I remember being in awe of the fact that they had a Gatorade or a cooler of Gatorades that you could take whenever you wanted. That's all I remember, and it's pretty cool. They still got it. So
To be in this position now, do you like pinch yourself a little bit?
a little bit today. I was walking off the field and I was talking to some of the running backs, and I was just like, man, like look at this. Like you got pictures of Breeze and Manning and all these guys. Like this is really cool. This is special.
Caden, with that background, I don't want to say, but do you feel like you might be a little bit ahead of the game considering the exposure you've had?
You know, I'm not sure if it puts me ahead of the game or not, but I know that I feel good and I feel ready to go. So it's good. It's a blessing.
Coach said you pick things up quickly. I mean, is that one of your strengths? You said you kind of process things pretty quickly and were able to kind of, I guess, pick things up early on here.
Well, if he said that, then I'll take it and I'll say yes. But, you know, it's just trying to learn each day. It's a lot of stuff, and they said it's only about a third of what it's normally going to be. So I'm just excited to keep learning.
You played quite a few positions in college, right?
Yes, sir.
So
I played.
Settling a linebacker here?
Yeah, settling at linebacker right now, and I'm loving it. So it's awesome.
What's been the biggest difference, just the adjustment going from college to pro? Can you tell right away?
Kind of two things I noticed is, I mean, obviously the talent level. Everybody here is an amazing player, and we're dominant in college. And also the coaches just expect you to have it, you know, and that's kind of what you should expect of yourself, and that's what I'm slowly learning, and I'm happy about it.
Sean Payton used Taysom Hill so many different ways last year, and obviously you're a guy who might be able to be used different ways. You're good, I'm guessing, with whatever they come up with, right?
Yeah, I'm excited. However they decide to use me, however I can help this team, however I can fit in, plug in, I'm just excited to have that role, and I'm excited to do it to the best of my ability.
What's a rundown of things you did in college? Let's say all the things you did in a game, maybe, or at least in practice. What would you say?
I played all the special teams, even field goal block I did once. I played tight end, slot, and receiver. I was lined up as a running back. I played D-end. I played all 4 linebacker spots for us. I played nose a couple times. I started a game against Washington State as a 3-tech, and I played corner. One play, but I can throw it on there. So So I mean, I've had a couple different spots. Idaho was awesome. I love my coaches over there, Coach P, Coach Brown, Coach Bresky, all those guys. They spent extra time with me to teach me different things. I'm just excited again, whatever they decide to use me here, Mike linebacker, wherever it is. I'm just excited to do it to the best of my ability.
How'd you end up at Idaho?
I only had 3 offers coming to high school. I was a triple option quarterback in high school, so I didn't play defense. I played a little bit of safety, a little bit of defensive end. But primarily I was just a quarterback, and I was kind of small, 195. I had gray shirt in my first year, so I could put on weight, and that's kind of, Idaho had that plan for me, and I was offered by them, Weber State and Idaho State, and after my visits, I just kind of felt God tugging on my heart, telling me to go to Idaho, and I'm so glad I did. It was a blessing.
All right, so we heard the players. Now it's time to hear from the head man, and yeah, don't worry about Zion, Sean. He's not going to put on pads and play football. Oh, look at John. They think there's a chance. But Sean Payton, always interested to hear his thoughts as he gets a chance to see the picks under his microscopic look for the first time.
Look, I think Coach Sean Payton knows it's a process. He knows that not everybody's going to be their best on day one. But look, the first impression is very important.
Very important.
The Saints signed 10 rookies after this mini camp, so including Cyril Johnson, the former LSU speedster. That's right.
Yes.
So here is head coach of the New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton, on his remarks on the New Orleans Saints rookie mini camp over the past weekend.
Like this, especially so many guys that you haven't seen before?
Well, look, it's a series of impressions, and for us more than anything, it's the installation. You know, how they're picking things up. Are they learning it? Are they, able to take it to the field? Obviously, we're not instantly evaluating. There's certain elements of the game without shoulder pads on you don't realize until you get to training camp, and yet there are a number of players here on a tryout. There are a number of players here that we signed as free agents. There's some veteran players, and then there's the players we drafted. So there's a combination of 4 different groups of players.
First impression of Eric McCoy?
He's been good. He's smart. He's a guy that, you can see is experienced at his position. He's playing center. He's in good shape. Overall, it's been good.
Do you recall a veteran that's been in a camp like this that's ended up?
Billy Miller.
Billy Miller?
He was one. We've had a couple. Adam Thielen. Thielen was actually a rookie tryout. We went through a list of players, the first night they were here. But yeah, we've had veterans that have been in this camp that have helped us. There'll be a couple here we'll look at signing possibly, tomorrow or Monday. And, hopefully we can do the same with some of the rookie players.
All right, so there's the Saints' reaction to minicamp. As you can see in front of me, the crawfish, the corn, and the potatoes have been placed, and the aroma is just, you can just feel it. You can smell it.
Wafting, right?
Wafting, a little sensory perception. There it is, big crawfish, and we've got them for you right here at Scoreboards Grill and Catering all the time. They're ready for you. So we'll take a time out. We'll come back with more. We'll wrap this thing up. He is Jonathan Poche. I'm Jordy Helpberg from Scoreboards Grill and Catering. This is Tigers Roar.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, Hardy Planker siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows is honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
Oh, yeah, no shot.
All right, well, that's going to wrap things up. Jonathan Poche, Jordy Helpberg. We'll see you next time from Scoreboards Grill and Catering on Tigers Roar. So long, everybody.